and to make it safer. The difficulty is there are some communities, because of the 710, that are absolutely isolated. When that 710 was put in, it divided Long Beach. And it kept a part of our city not connected with the rest of the city. So I think it's something that the city needs to look into, but also I would say that we also have to address the livability over there in terms of the pollution in the area, and the fact that a off-dock rail is going to be in the neighborhood. It is not compatible with that neighborhood. It should not be there, and I think that we need to make the community livable, not only in a standpoint of where people can bike, but where they can survive.
Vice Mayor Garcia, how would you address this issue, which is in your district?
Well, I think two things. The first is if you go down PCH in the 710 right now, you'll see a large construction project that's happening through most of the Port of Long Beach. And so 3 or 4 months, we're actually going to have a much safer street and a much safer access point at that exact corner you're talking about. There are going to be some pedestrian improvements there. But beyond that, we've got to be a little bit more creative. One of the things that I've been really pushing, and we brought to the council and we passed, is to adaptively reuse the Shoemaker Bridge. The Shoemaker Bridge, as you know, when you come off the 710, is the bridge that kind of goes over the river and goes into Long Beach to downtown. As plans are being made to move the freeway, the idea initially was to take the bridge down. Instead, we've been working on saving that bridge. We're now going to save that bridge, and instead of tearing it down, we're going to make it into a park that's going to cross the river. Much like Highline Park in New York, which is one of my favorite parks in the world. And imagine this park over the river with dedicated bike lanes, with vendors, with park space, with art that will really connect West Long Beach to downtown. Could be something fantastic.
Mr. Kemp, what would you do like urban connections for bikes and pads and others across the 710 and LA River?
Pretty simple infrastructure improvements to the bridges. You can have fenced barriers on either side. I think since we're discussing that, the folks that live over there, I'll be as blasphemous as to suggest that I don't know if it's really in those folks' long-term best interest to remain living over there. I think that they would be better off if they considered a long-term plan of turning that area into a very large industrial area and bringing them back into the fold of the city. Some sort of real estate swap where they could get homes that are of commensurate value and just give it up. Because frankly, that industrial machine over there isn't going to stop chewing them to pieces. And frankly, I'm more concerned with their long-term health and benefits than struggling to try and make that a livable area. Honestly, if those folks chose, I say, come on home. You know?
Doug, I want to switch gears here again just a little bit and just kind of continue on somewhat of the same theme.